Okay, let's get going, guys, because I have like 4 hours of sleep in my body and a whole bunch of caffeine, and that is it. So hit play and let's make this happen, because I'm on limited time till the half-life of this stuff kicks in.
That didn't even make any sense. But here we go.
What is the half-life of that? Like 10,000 years?
No, the half-life of caffeine. It has a half-life. It's like 4 hours or something.
The half-life kicks in?
She is a nuclear aficionado, as we all know.
She is not a nuclear physicist.
I'm tired.
Now, she's tired.
I'm waiting for the caffeine to half-life over here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just make it happen.
Well, welcome to a new episode of Beyond Parody. I am your host, Dan Dillon. That was Robin, our other host. She is waiting for the half-life to kick in. And we have our special other host, Travis, who's just
that's me. I'm a special.
hanging out.
I want us to interact with each other like the Brady Bunch more. I think we need to practice looking at each other.
No, it's inverted. Travis.
Yeah. Yes.
Travis is with us again after 2 weeks off. Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I went to Hawaii.
Ooh.
I went to the island of Oahu. I went to Pearl Harbor and made my children learn history. So that was fun for them because they didn't appreciate it. They were 9 and 11. And then I went to, I don't know how you pronounce it, Kalawa Ranch.
The Jurassic
where
Park?
they filmed Jurassic Park. Yeah.
I just went there.
Yeah,
cool.
I went there because I wanted to be like you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I said, give me the Dan Dillon tour, please. And they said,
did they take those cool pictures with the hand puppets where it makes
They
it look
did.
like,
Yeah. So my whole family posed with like a fake T-Rex. But
Okay.
Well, you can blur out the rest of the family if you want to, Travis. But
sure.
we could post our,
I can send you a
our
picture.
dueling family pictures to put up there for this.
That's right.
We went to Oahu in January, but we did not go to the sock puppet ranch. That sounds
Half-Life Ranch.
that sounds awesome.
They went to Half-Life Ranch.
I would go there. My kids would love that. Isn't Half-Life a video game?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not when that caffeine kicks in.
I like Robin with sleep deprivation.
It's going to be a great show, you guys.
This is going to be a great show.
So much fun.
Did you have fun, Travis?
I had oodles.
You do not
Oodles
have
of
a
fun.
tan.
No, I'm not a big beach person. We had a couple beach days, but the second beach day we actually got caught in a rip current, and that made me be like, nah, I'm done with beaches. That was not fun. The lifeguard came out and everything. It was
not
pleasant.
Not good.
Well, not to make light of stuff, but to transition into news. Isn't that how the Cosby guy died? Theo, what's his name, Travis?
Theo Huxtable.
Theo
That's his
Huxtable.
real name.
That's his name.
His fake name on the Cosby Show was Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh yeah, it's so. I think he was 54.
50.
And he got caught in
so it was a rip current. I don't
he was
I don't know much about his
surfing.
death.
I think in Hawaii or something.
Costa Rica.
I'm sorry, Costa Rica. Thank you. He was in Costa Rica, and it was him
he
and
was
his son.
where Jurassic Park actually was.
Costa Rica.
And
Roughly, yeah.
Off the coast of Costa Rica,
South America,
Isla
everywhere,
Nublar. Isla
There you
Nublar.
go.
And Travis is where Jurassic Park fake was.
Yeah.
Fake was.
It's all
But yeah,
connected.
apparently he was swimming with his son or surfing, and the lifeguard or a nearby surfer was able to get his son out of the water. But
Well, that's good.
Jamal died.
It's just sad.
and
Did not realize that. So we have
Super sad.
him and we have Hulk Hogan, who just
Hulk
died
Hogan.
hours ago, I guess, and Ozzy Osbourne, all in about a 24, 48-hour period of time.
Yeah.
Super sad.
They say
Not a
that-
good week for the 80s.
No, the
Right.
celebrity deaths come in threes. What are some other famous? I actually didn't really know about that. What are some other famous trios of celebrity deaths? I didn't know that there were any others.
Oh, I don't know if I could. Can you think of any specific ones,
We can
Travis?
ask
I know it's
ChatGPT.
a joke, like a ongoing. But also, we found out that Chuck Mangione died. He's a singer, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
he's a trumpet guy. He plays some sort of brass instrument.
Okay, so here's another one. June 2009, all within the same time period, we had Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, and Ed McMahon.
Oh,
Huge.
that's right.
December 2016 was George Michael, Carrie Fisher, and Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, and the Debbie Reynolds, Carrie Fisher was that was so sad.
I don't
Forgot they
know
died.
about this one. March 2005, Johnny Cochran, Johnny Johnson. I don't know who that is. Chuck Berry's pianist. Okay. I guess
Okay.
and Pope John Paul II.
Okay.
And then you had October 1977, Bing Crosby, Elvis Presley, and Groucho Marx.
Oh my gosh.
That's a big
Wait,
one.
what was the date on that?
October 1977.
Jeez.
Now, this is all
rough.
ChatGPT, so it may or may not be accurate at all. I have no idea.
Sure. Well, I was just using Grok coincidentally, and some of those line up. But also 1959, the day the music died, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
Well, that was all in one incident, though. Does that count?
One plane crash, yeah.
I read about that plane crash because I'm studying to become a pilot myself, and it's like all the things you shouldn't do. And that was like they had like it was an underage pilot who had never flown in weather before.
Jeez.
And they decided to let him go anyway for some reason. And it was crazy. Anyway,
I was gonna say I grew up in those little airplanes because my dad was a pilot. He was a Delta pilot, but we had a little single engine. We had a Cessna, and then we had a Piper Arrow. We had a Beach Bonanza, but my mom wouldn't go up in them. Only my dad and I would go up, but they're fun. They're terrifying. It's like driving around in a Geo Metro, but like
they're not terrifying.
They're so scary.
Geo Metro.
Driving in a Geo Metro is scary on the freeway.
Oh. Yes.
Right.
Geo Metros actually only have 3 cylinders, I think, right? They don't even have 4
I don't think they're
engines.
even technically a car. They're just a go-kart.
The hamsters are just going inside of them to get them to move.
Yeah,
forward.
It was like the Kia in the 90s. Do we know what Kia stood for in the 90s?
It's an acronym?
Killed in accident.
Oh gosh. That's awful. Sad. I was about to learn something new like Adidas.
Not to make light again of this. It's not making light of it, but what's the worst trio there? I mean, this is a pretty bad one, especially Hulk and Ozzy together. But then June 2009, Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, and McMahon. That was a big one.
That hit hard, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson hit super hard.
Here's one, January 2016, David Bowie, Alan Rickman, and Glenn Frey.
Oh, that's
a big one.
mine. That's mine. I still haven't fully recovered from Bowie or Alan Rickman. And Glenn Frey was the other one?
Yeah, co-founder of the Eagles.
Eagles. Eagles is my dad's favorite band, so I grew up listening to the Eagles, but that's a hard... what was like within a week of each other?
This is weird. January 10th, January 14th, January 18th. 4 days and 4 days.
What I'm learning about all these lists is that there's one celebrity out of each trio that I care about.
I mean, I guess
like the one with Alan Rickman, I was like, oh no, Alan Rickman.
It's Farrah Fawcett on the one.
Absolutely.
Debbie Reynolds. No, it's George Michael. George Michael, Carrie Fisher, and Debbie
George
Reynolds.
Michael.
Who's George?
George Michael is the guy from Arrested Development. That's the only thing I know about that.
It definitely wasn't Pope John Paul II because obviously the Babylon Bee does not care about Catholics. That's
not at all.
We actually want them all to die, apparently, according to the internet.
Jeez, yeah. I didn't follow much of that, but
in this particular trio, the one I care about the most is Hulk Hogan because I'm not a big wrestling fan, but as a kid, I was just like, yeah, Hulkamania. He was the most recognizable one, and then he did some movies. So he did Suburban Commando with Christopher Lloyd. Huge fan of that as a 10-year-old.
Yeah,
not a good movie, but
I've never heard of it.
He was in a lot of video games that I liked. Hulk Hogan was awesome, and his speech at the RNC was epic. It was epic. I think that everybody, pretty much unanimously loved Hulk. I think that towards the end, when he got political, there was a group of people who still kind of were like, but for the most part, and he maintained popularity. Honestly, Ozzy did too. Everybody on both sides of the spectrum of politics really liked Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, I have great memories of Ozzy.
Eating a bat.
Eating the bats. There's a 22-year gap between me and my oldest sibling, my brother. And so I grew up listening to some of his music from the 70s, and he was way into Black Sabbath. And so I grew up kind of listening to it. My parents hated it. It was this big, they wanted to turn it off. And so I just have these memories of like sneaking in. My brother lived in this like casita in the back of our big house in California. And like, it was the coolest place to be, and Black Sabbath was playing, and my brother just loved Ozzy Osbourne. I texted him when I heard about it and told him I was sorry.
I'm an 80s kid. For me, Ozzy, the album Tribute was one of the first albums I ever bought with my own money, a tape I actually bought. And that was, this is crazy. That was a tribute to Randy Rhoads, who passed away too. So a lot of death.
Yeah.
I feel like we are dating ourselves here, and I don't want to be coupled with that because that's generation before me and Travis. Travis, we are not.
Dan's first album was Bing Crosby. He bought it on vinyl when he was 12. It had just come out.
It was Johnny Johnson, right? That's the guy's name. That was my biggest impact.
Johnny Johnson. You went to the sock
Chuck
hop.
Berry's pianist. Say that 5 times.
Yeah. Don't do that. It's not going to end well.
We went to see Dave Chappelle about 3 years ago, my husband and I am not thin-skinned at all. I do not offend very easily, and I know Chappelle's stuff. I've seen it for years and years. But he told half of the set was a story about Chuck Berry, and I can't hear his name anymore without thinking about it. Was like the dirtiest. It was so like we were there with my adult nephew, and we kind of had to we're all gonna move. It was so awkward.
It was a joke about Chuck Berry.
Yeah, it was a long, like 25-minute long setup about Chuck Berry, and it was very R-rated. And so
it wasn't about Chuck Berry's pianist.
It was a little bit, yeah. It was about a video that Dave Chappelle had come across at one point. And now anytime it's sad, Chuck Berry's an amazing musician, but now anytime someone says his name, I'm like, ugh. Dave Chappelle ruined that a little bit for me.
There are people out there that are funny. There are also people out there who are on television that aren't funny. The most well-known of which is Stephen Colbert. But he is no longer on television, I guess. His show has been canceled. At least it will be canceled. We learned this week in May, I guess. It's not.
Yeah, he's pretty much got a whole year almost to
not be funny.
He's super funny.
Yeah.
Super funny.
And he said now he's going to roll up his sleeves and really go after Trump.
Yeah. You know what's funny is it was Colbert, right, who made the prediction that he would be in jail or whatever. This might be the last time that you ever hear from me or whatever. And it's funny that he ends up getting axed. He's not going to jail, but he is going to celebrity jail. No more platform in a money losing show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll find something to do. I'm sure he'll take on some sort of project, maybe even work with Jon Stewart again. But yeah,
that'd be great.
He was way better. He was way better when it was satire. It really was. Yeah. And that's the thing is, I've gotten into some debates online this week about satire and about what people think is funny. And they're like, well, you just don't like it because it's making fun of your sacred cows. But it's not. Stephen Colbert on his new show is not funny. Stephen Colbert on his old show made fun of the sacred cows that, of
old Papa Bear.
Yeah, and I thought it was hilarious. And the same thing is true of South Park, which just came out with this really controversial new episode, that's kind of revitalizing the Saddam Hussein character who is in love with Satan. And Trump is kind of the same exact character as Saddam Hussein. And it's actually, there's parts of it that are really funny. I watch it. I laugh at all that stuff. It's hilarious the way that South Park really does make fun of the left and the right equally well. It wasn't the funniest South Park episode, and that's kind of what I said. And it has nothing to do with who they're making fun of. It's just the new South Parks are not nearly as funny as the old ones. They're kind of lazy. They're kind of just shock value humor now.
You've been going on for how many years now? I mean, how can these
guys
be?
There were 5 or 6 seasons of South Park that actually told a story and were really satirical and really, really good. And then there was the stuff before that. And now there's the stuff after it. And none of it's quite as good as what happened in seasons 8 through, I don't know, maybe 15. Yeah, it had good seasons. Yeah. But now it's like you say, oh, that wasn't that funny of an episode. And they say, oh, it's just because you don't like what they're making fun of. And they say the same thing with Stephen Colbert. And there's all these petitions to bring him back. But the truth of the matter is nobody was watching him. The proof is in the fact that he had horrible ratings. He was losing $50 million a year for the network, I think is what it was. He had 100 employees 50. Doing what? I don't know. But let me show the clip of him not being funny with him. This was his big moment to kind of hit back at Trump. And it really, judge for yourself whether it makes an impact on you. Here we go. Here's Stephen Colbert responding to getting canceled.
Those numbers, I got to say, it makes sense we'd be canceled. I get it, guys. And thanks again. Okay. Thanks again to the network. In a completely unrelated story, on Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
Idiot.
Yeah. It's just not funny. What do they call that? Clapter? When people are like, yeah.
But that's what his show has been since COVID, really. It was just people getting on to, that's his ultimate echo chamber in that little room. There's 15 people that they can find every week who are willing to clap along because they're on television.
Maybe he got fired because he has the worst Trump impersonation ever.
That was a bad.
It was pretty bad. The funniest part of that was him reading the Trump tweet, just because Trump's tweets are always hilarious.
The Trump tweet was funny.
They're inherently funny.
Yeah.
Even if you're reading them like to make fun of him, they're funny because they read very, very funny. And you know whose fault is it that his show got canceled? It's the fault of the Democrat or the left, because they're the ones that didn't watch his show.
Yeah, they said that the average audience age is 68 for his show right now, which is not great. That is not good, especially when you're trying to have celebrities and younger people on, to play music and to be your guests. And these people somehow don't even know who Zendaya is, even though she's in every single movie. And that's been.
You say Zendaya? I say Zendaya.
I think it's Zendaya.
I just say Big Z.
Big Z. But or Pedro Pascal. I swear to God, the Pedro Pascal thing is getting out of control, guys. There is not a movie. I was at the movie theater to watch How to Train Your Dragon with my kids, and we walked past. I'm not lying. I got to take pictures of this to post it. 5 movie posters in a row, new movies, all 5 silhouettes of Pedro Pascal. It's all.
He's very popular right now. Yeah,
he's not popular though. He's just.
He's fine.
He's just in movies. There's nobody who's like, oh man, I love Pedro Pascal. People are like, I love Brad Pitt. I love whatever. They're not like, I love Brad Pitt. Pedro Pascal. He's just the guy.
He's popular among movie studios. For some reason, they latched onto him like nothing else. And I don't hate Pedro Pascal. When I see him things, I'm like, hey, he's good. But yeah, you're right. He's not a Brad Pitt level. So why is he getting so much attention? I'm not really sure.
I think they turned on, it was Chris Pratt before Pedro Pascal, and he was getting every role. And then they found out he was conservative a little bit. And then they turned on him. And so now it's Pedro. They just find this guy. I don't know if it's just they're taking less risks with their storytelling, and they're also taking less risks with their actors. And there's only one guy who's been in a movie that's made money over the last 10 years. That's Pedro Pascal. And so they're like, well, this has to be the guy.
And
that's
The Rock.
in the movie.
The Rock.
Yeah.
He's starting to wane
Rock
a little bit.
is outdated. The Rock is.
Yeah.
He's not.
That's like
thinking
thinking that like Fall Out Boy is a new band or something like that.
No, The Rock is more current than Fall Out Boy. I know this.
Dan, sing Fall Out Boy, go.
Did Fall Out Boy's first album come out before The Rock's first leading role? That's the question to ask ChatGPT.
Fall Out Boy was like late 90s, and The Rock.
No, they weren't. It was early 2000s, but it wasn't. It was like 05 probably, right? Fall Out Boy 06.
I couldn't tell you a Fall Out Boy.
There's an easy way to find out. When was what is it going down swinging? What is it? Number one with the bullet. But I gotta sing this Scott Stapp.
I know.
Fall Out Boy was formed in
going
2001.
down in a merry-go-round. That's what my kids think the lyrics are. Down.
I didn't know that wasn't the lyrics. Is that what it
Sugar,
is?
we're going down swinging.
Travis said 2001.
2001, really? According to Grok,
not.
which is infallible.
That did not come out the same year as Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American. April 4, 2005. 2005. So Sugar We're Going Down was their first single off their album From Under the Cork Tree in 2005, April 4, 2005.
That was the year I was on my Mormon mission. So I was not clued into any pop culture whatsoever, but I also am not Seattle, Washington. Spanish
I don't know
speaking.
what the lyrics that song actually are though. What are the lyrics?
I thought she was going to say Africa.
No, I went Spanish speaking up in Seattle.
I've always wondered what the lyrics are to the chorus. We're going down.
Guys, everybody wait.
I think we have 2 different conversations right now.
I'll be your number one.
Yeah, let's all have 4 different conversations at the same time. Ready? We're going to try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so my wife and I were
pretty good.
Yeah, we drove to the thing. I don't know what is going on. On the side of the road.
Lex Luthor was really good in it.
I love Pedro Pascal in that one.
Did you find the lyrics? Oh, to Superman?
Yeah.
We should talk about Superman.
Wait, Pedro Pascal's not in Superman, is he?
No, well, he's in every movie, but some of them are like a Where's Waldo, and you have to find him in the background, like those old Hitchcock cameos. Like, I found him. He was in the blimp.
Pedro Pascal. The lyric is, it didn't finish. It said error. I can't provide the chorus lyrics because of copyrights.
Guys, we're reading Fall Out Boy lyrics on air. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Nobody knows. Let's just leave it at nobody knows what the lyrics are, and we'll move on from there.
Russiagate.
Colbert sucks. Who's your favorite nighttime comedian, Travis? Who
of all time? Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan.
Well, I love Conan, but he's super liberal too. He's super.
But he's not on air.
He's not on air, but he is.
He's I don't know what the word is. He's agreeable, you know. He has fans from all walks of life, and
he's not insufferable.
He appreciates them all.
My kids really enjoy watching that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for the most part, that's a pretty family friendly thing to go back and watch old Conan stuff where he does like man on the street interviews. They're all so funny. There's nobody better at improvising man on the street type humor than him. Nobody.
His Texas Walker Ranger lever that he pulls and plays random Texas Walker Ranger clips. You guys know what I'm talking about? Go look. We did.
Oh yeah, yes.
We spent a night with my kids. You can watch them all on YouTube, and we were crying.
I gotta watch
it was
that.
so funny. Oh, he just had this old bit where he would pull this lever and it would just bring up a random Texas Walker Ranger clip. Like
there's also the one clip where that movie, right, where the kid's in the wheelchair and he goes flying over the edge.
Yeah. And he plays that. That's the one that he plays.
Yeah.
But we should watch. It's my favorite. I don't want to ruin it, but there's so many good ones. I'm going to send us all a link to one later that we can all enjoy.
Let me see if I can. I'll pull that up. Conan. How would I look that up? Guy falling
wheelchair
over.
Kid. I think it was actually Paul Rudd would come on and he would always show.
Yes.
Yeah, and he would always like your new movie is coming out, and they would show
the clip. Yeah.
He'd always set up the clip, and it'd be different.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. All right.
This is great.
Oh,
This is what we all need.
We do need some more lighthearted stuff like this. I'm telling you,
it's healing.
It is healing.
It's healing.
This was back when comedy and late night was actually good. So here's.
No, we can't see it or hear it.
Oh my gosh, there's that extra button I have to push. Okay, hold on. And you can see the kid right there already.
Go back to the beginning.
I'm going to go back. I got to go back to the beginning of this.
Oh, there's Paul Rudd. So young.
Right, let's take a look at this clip from Anchorman 2.
The brakes don't work. Oh, we could cut it there.
I love that.
Travis, what movie is that from? You're someone that would know.
I used to. I don't remember the name of it. I remember seeing it at the video store.
It looked like Meatballs too, but I could be wrong.
Mac and Me is what it is.
Mac and Me. That's what it is. Mac and Me. Yep.
That's fantastic comedy, and that was really good. I think obviously Jay Leno was similar. Jay Leno didn't get political at all. He would barely even really poke at the politicians too much, and that was great.
Yeah, the most he did was he would show what a politician did and go, come on,
yeah,
and then that'd be it. He'd move on.
But he'd do both. It was the Clinton years, right? And so he'd make fun of Bill Clinton.
But he would lightly make fun of Clinton. He really did not go after him in the same way that obviously the current people go after Trump. Nor in the same way that, say, Gutfeld went after Biden. It was a very different time. And to me, obviously, I kind of grew up on Leno, and Carson obviously was already passed. I think we have two people on this episode who are old enough to remember Johnny Carson.
Wait,
which
two?
Dan?
Which two, Dan? Which two of us on this?
I don't know. It's not me.
I don't remember Johnny Carson.
Robin's favorite is Arsenio Hall, the Arsenio Hall show.
I've never watched Arsenio Hall. Wasn't Steve Allen the original late night host, and then it was Johnny, or were they competitors? I don't remember. Anyway, I know my parents.
I think Johnny Carson took over. I think you're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know my parents loved Carson. They were religious. I mean, they watched him every night. This was back in the years too. Like my parents talked about when they were first married and had kids, they would go to their friend's house like every Sunday night and all watch Bonanza together. We don't do stuff like that anymore. These really fun, like it just comes on streaming and we watch it on our own, and
we watch it whenever. Yeah.
When I was in college, it was Lost. We would all get together and watch Lost.
Well, yeah, and people did that with Friends. They did it with Lost.
Yeah,
I never thought that. I never thought that Letterman was funny. But if you go back and you start watching, I love watching for whatever reason, just because I am getting old clips of when they had good bands on these late night shows.
Exactly.
Most of them were on Letterman. And I don't know if that's just because of what's his name, bald guy, having a good taste in music or not, or more connections. But like you go back and you watch, the old Weezer performance and the old Nirvana and all this. They're all on Letterman. They're not on Leno. So that's the one thing I think that Letterman had was that somehow he had some sort of a good taste in music, and that was something different, I guess. But I didn't think he was that funny. Anyway, we can move on from late night comedy because it is now in shambles.
Somebody out there has to be smart enough to bring a good host back. There's a market for it, but
how about Rosie O'Donnell?
No.
With her after 3:00 p.m. late night show. Yeah.
We've thrown around the idea. We've thrown around the idea of throwing our hat into that space a little bit.
Oh, I think it'd be so fun. I think there's so. Here's the thing. Like, I actually really like Bill Maher's show, and I know everybody will call me a communist in the comments or whatever. He says obviously a lot of stuff that
you're a communist in the comments, Robin.
In the comments. Thanks, Dan. But he makes fun of the left, and I think we need on the right a show that's funny that pokes fun a little bit at conservative politics and culture, because there is
Colbert show, the original.
The original, but just someone from our side, quote unquote, who can be a little bit more tongue in cheek and make, because there's a lot. I see stuff, especially right now. We've got the MAGA with the Epstein and the breathless accusations and conspiracy theories. And apparently Brigitte Macron is a man, but we can't say that or we'll get sued. But there's a lot to make fun of.
Now, that's something to talk about real quick. So what the heck is going to happen with that? So we've got.
I don't want to get sued.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to talk about it. You said it. Candace Owens, who there's a long history between the Babylon Bee and Candace Owens. You can look it up on Twitter and kind of see what she thinks of us, which is not very flattering. I don't know that we've ever said anything unflattering back purposefully. She can do whatever she wants in whatever way she wants to, but she probably, I think, might have gone a little bit too far with her situation with the Macrons. How do you say they're Macrons?
Yeah,
Macrons. Macron. She's getting sued for saying that his wife is a man, a biological man. And I mean, she is emphatic about this. She's saying she's going to stake her whole reputation on it. And it's really just stupid to say that, right? Like, I mean, you're literally asking for a defamation lawsuit. You're literally begging for it.
Because you have to have evidence. I mean, I don't know what evidence she would need, but
know that she doesn't actually know it. She's never seen this person nude. So she doesn't know. So, but she's saying she knows. And it's like, what is going to happen? I really want to know. And it's like, I don't know. It's interesting too, because they're not American citizens, yet they're suing in an American court system for defamation. I don't know. It's interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know how that works really.
No, they filed in Delaware, and I talked to a lawyer friend of mine about it this week because he read quite a bit of the complaint, and he said that he does think there's some teeth, obviously, to their.
Yeah, I think there's definitely teeth. If she is not a man, it's ridiculous what Candace Owens has been doing. Like it's insane. It's just purposefully trying to hurt them.
It's the wink, wink insinuation type of journalism that I find the least interesting and the most brain dead. It's the we don't know, wink, wink. I'm just asking these crazy, like the moon landing.
But she goes beyond that. She goes beyond that with this particular thing. She's not just saying, "Well, I'm just asking questions." No, like, she's saying emphatically, "No, I know." And she said the same thing about us. She said, "I know that the Babylon Bee is funded by Israel." Yeah. She says that, like she knows it. And of course, I know that that's not true. I have no faith that she actually knows what she's saying she knows, because I know 100% that she's lying about some of the things that she's said about us, which, we could probably pursue defamation for that too. Although it's just like, what's the point?
Whatever. Yeah. I watched a 5-minute clip from the documentary about Brigitte Macron. And with the problem with documentaries in general is that when you couple a bunch of stuff together and then you play music over it and you have a narrator or someone like, you know,
This
Candace,
sounds like a good documentary, Robin. Wherever you're going
whatever
with
it
this.
is. I watched the Oliver Stone Kennedy documentaries, the JFK stuff, and they're incredibly compelling. And I'm not that susceptible to stuff, but like when I watched his last one, I'm like, oh yeah, 100% CIA's in on this. But when you go back and kind of look at the gaps of the evidence, they're stitching them together with a lot of, again, wink, wink, maybe. And that's what this Brigitte Macron seemed to me like, well, what about this? What about this?
Yeah.
And here's this picture. What do you guys think? You know,
Right.
and but with music and narration, it sounds official and it sounds very plausible.
Yeah, it's stuff that isolated from the overall context, you'll come across things you go, huh, that's interesting. But yeah, that's how conspiracy theories make their theories. They pull things out of context and then they go, that would be interesting, isn't it? And for some reason, she's latched onto conspiracy theories as gospel truth.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is
Or it
it's
sells.
similar. It's similar to the Big Mike one, right, with Michelle Obama. But it is weird though, and I'm not saying. If I'm just asking questions, okay, guys.
Hey.
Why are there no actual photos of her pregnant?
I think
why
there
are there no? No, there aren't. You can look it
Have
up.
you
like
looked at this? I've never Googled.
Yeah,
That's weird.
the only one that exists is admittedly photoshopped. And it's like there's no public photos of Michelle Obama pregnant. So it's like, okay, I don't know. That's weird. Like there's pictures of my wife pregnant on the internet, and my wife's not a celebrity.
Not
She
everybody
was,
likes the way, you know.
and they were in. I guess he was what was he, a community organizer at the time?
Yeah.
Right before he became president. I don't think he was in the he was a senator for one term, right? Or was he a
junior senator from Illinois. First term, then he became president. So it's his ascension is very strange to me, and I have read a lot about
it's
that.
like Mom Donnie or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't think that Michelle Obama is a man. That's one I know we like to make fun of it, but I don't think she is. But I could be wrong if presented with information to the contrary.
Be careful what you say, Robin. There's defamation lawsuits all over the place out there these days. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I said I don't think she is.
Okay.
I don't think she
You're
is.
going to be sued for defamation for not believing.
Right.
Oh, me and everybody else on Twitter.
You'll get sued eventually by Big Mike because he's mad that you didn't think that he was a dude. All right. Anyway, so it's time to watch our blue hair breakdown.
This one's a little crazy. This is the nurse.
This is the nurse. It's actually two clips, and I think that the two clips together actually. Let me find our clip here.
So this is apparently a hospice nurse, and most everybody knows, a hospice nurse is someone who comes to your house or works in a clinic where someone is actively dying, and they are there to provide grief counseling and sometimes, medical aid and pain management, and be an overall.
When your half-life gets to a certain point, then you go to hospice.
When your half-life wears off, that's what I think it just wore off. I think my half-life just.
When
wore
you're beyond
off.
your half-life, you go to hospice. You have to explain everything, Robin, in nuclear terms. Otherwise,
I don't have to do anything.
Otherwise, the lay people won't understand.
They won't understand. All right, here we go. This chick is a hospice nurse named Penny, and this is what she thinks of MAGA and Trump. I got to actually remember to push the button this time, right?
Push the button. There we go.
There we go. Here we go.
Crazy eyes.
Cult is calling me immoral, unprofessional, evil for wishing that their leader would hurry up and croak. Apparently, it's just the most outrageous thing for anybody to do, to wish for their precious to. In fact, I got an email from one of them letting me know how awful I was for making my wish publicly known. Pause to read.
So it's just a death threat to this lady. You're a disgusting, vile,
And
blah,
I'm
blah,
the
blah,
evil
blah.
one. You guys have become the up beyond belief, ridiculously hypocritical, mindless whack jobs. By the way, that email, whatever. I have been called a murderer for years since I've been on TikTok educating about hospice just because I'm a hospice nurse. And I've always suspected that it was maggots that were doing it. And now I can clearly see the dotted line.
maggot.
Whatever. I'm not disturbed by this email that I felt compelled to make a video about.
Yeah. She's not disturbed by it at all.
Yeah.
No.
Her video? Did she add the music to it?
Not in anymore.
I don't think it's hers. So now let's just listen to this quick follow-up that she had.
Oh, this is
apparently
the follow-up.
people, that went kind of viral. So now she made this follow-up.
This comment would be laughable if I wasn't so sick of you people who are okay with Medicaid cuts, who are just fine with cuts to SNAP benefits, who have no problem sending human beings to the deplorable conditions in a concentration camp in Florida. Get the fuck out, you fucking hypocrite. And by the way, you're in a cult and your leader is a pedophile. And yes,
Wow.
I am waiting for the day that he is unalived. Hopefully it will come sooner than later. And when it does, I would stand in line for 24 hours to get a chance to piss on his grave.
Oh,
Gross.
She is so
Why does she care
emotionally
so much?
supportive.
Gosh, she is such a great person. That's the mark of a great person, is somebody who's willing to wait 24 hours in line at a funeral to piss on somebody's grave.
Out of respect.
Out of respect. Would you hire this woman if you had a loved one? I don't care if she was talking about Biden. I would not hire her to come take care of someone I love who is dying because she's a crazy person.
I agree with you. Even if she was talking about Hitler, I'd be like, why are you...
She'd be great at a Canadian hospice, actually.
Yeah. Well, because she said people yell at her and call her a murderer. I'm curious what her...
Maybe she is in Canada.
Imagine this was the last woman you saw in your final moments. I would want to die sooner.
Imagine what that woman would do to you, though, if you were in hospice and she found out that you supported Donald Trump.
Right.
She's definitely going to be investigated at some point in the future for slipping along medications or withholding medications or...
Right.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing, is like, it's all projection. Every single one of these is the exact same thing. They're projecting. Now that we're going to briefly show, I guess, that letter that somebody supposedly wrote to her, which maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. There's a lot of anonymous trolls on the internet on both sides who say nasty things, and nobody should write a note like that to somebody, whether they're conservative or not conservative. It doesn't matter. So she's right to respond and say, hey, people shouldn't talk like this. But to then say that it's the right that is typically like that. And meanwhile, she goes on to then in the next sentence say she wants to wait in line at a funeral for the president and piss on his grave. I mean, it's like, and who are the good guys and who are the bad guys? It's the meme. Are we the baddies? It's like, yes, you are the baddies. Anybody who says stuff like that. I have a lot of people I don't agree with politically, and you can go back and look at everything I've ever said publicly or not publicly, and I never, ever, ever wish harm upon anybody at all. Even Biden, it's like, he's old. I don't hope he dies soon or anything like that.
No.
He's just an old, bad president.
You're not going to wait in line to piss on his grave?
Nope. I mean, not 24 hours.
He doesn't have the time.
Well, it's
that's a lot of Donkey Kong Bonanza I could be playing between then.
That's right.
Yeah, actually, you can play it portably on the Nintendo Switch too.
Oh well, then that makes it really convenient to go to a funeral. And
maybe I will wait 24 hours, but battery life is an issue.
I need to get some female friends in my life. I need to interact with more women.
You don't want to talk about Donkey Kong Bonanza for the next 10 minutes?
Or peeing on graves.
It's great. It has destructible environments.
I'm like a kid again with that game. I'm just freaking demolishing environments right now.
I love Mario Kart, and but I never play Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, any of the Kongs. I don't appreciate them.
Daisy, you hate apes?
I don't. I just think they're too hard to control. They're big. I like Peach. I usually play Peach.
Sounds like you're Cranky Kong.
Yeah, it's one of the few games I can play with my kids. That is great, and like I can play you guys. I can play Mario Kart and I can play GoldenEye. I can beat my kids at GoldenEye. Those are the only two games I can play. They sit me down. My son wanted me to play this really violent game a while ago that he made the mistake of showing me he was playing, and I said he couldn't. It's like Super Smash Brothers, but it's very modern. It's Marvel characters. I don't know if you guys know this one. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a video game. It's very popular.
There's been a lot of different ones, yeah.
but it's like you can play Poison Ivy and then you like compete against each other, you know, and it was very violent. Like Mortal Kombat was super violent in the 90s. Remember when it came out? My mom would not let me anywhere near it. It was like the game you were not allowed. But now looking back on Mortal Kombat with like the 8-bit or 64-bit or whatever, it's so low res, it just seems laughable. And now I can't handle, I have 4 boys and they want to play these awful games, Dead by Daylight and Five Nights at Freddy's. And the Freddy's one we said, absolutely, I hate that game.
Robin, I love this version of you with no sleep. I think we should do it every week. It's so good. So good.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know about these games. My kids are too young. They're not into that stuff.
You have girls
just yet.
And yeah.
My kids are just on the Brawl Stars. Every kid is playing Brawl Stars and I don't know. Oh, and my son for some reason now plays Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know what that is. I'm not too proud of that. I want him to be playing other stuff with me. But that's a topic for a different. My disappointment with my son is a different topic.
Tune in next week.
Why my son is a giant
for his video game choices. All right. So anyway, the other thing that happened this week that was kind of funny and newsworthy is the WNBA All-Star game happened, and the girls all wore. I think they're all girls. I'm not actually sure. I don't want to get sued though. I don't want to get sued.
You're just asking questions.
Wait, what's the shirt say? Pay us.
It says, "Pay us what you owe us." What you owe us. Oh,
and the ultimate irony of that, obviously, being that they also lost $40 million.
The same as Colbert, roughly. Yeah. As a league.
Do you think they knew when they wore those shirts? Do you think they were doing it ironically as a joke?
Facts. I don't care about all that.
Facts don't care about your.
I think they just see, hey, I'm playing basketball. Men play basketball. They make more. I want more. I think it's as simple as that.
Who is the WNBA for? Who is it for? Like who watches it? Because men don't want to watch it. And as a woman, I don't care mostly about sports. The Jazz are kind of fun, and I like college football occasionally. But other than that, I'm not going to watch the WNBA. So who is it for?
You know,
Michelle Obama and Macron's wife.
My daughter does actually really like basketball, and she wants to watch something that girls play, and I think it's fine. It's fine. It also doesn't have to exist. Like she doesn't watch girls play football, and that's fine, right? Like she goes on with the rest of her life. So if a women's basketball league didn't exist, she'd also be fine in life. But I mean, I guess that's who it's for. It's supposed to show girls that they can grow up and become professional athletes too. But it's really just kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if they didn't see it, they wouldn't even try. And then it's like, but it's really sad. You watch the highlights of that they put up their highlight reels of the All-Star game, and it really is really low quality basketball. It has nothing to do with hating on them for being women. It's just, why would you want to watch basketball that's honestly not as good as high school boys basketball? Sure. I don't even want to watch high school boys basketball. It's like, why would I want to watch significantly worse basketball?
I barely want to watch normal basketball. Yeah.
I don't anymore. I can't. I used to be a huge NBA fan. I'm not a big fan anymore. But I don't know.
You don't like LeBron James?
I do not.
The last time I got way into basketball was in 1996. I was at when the Jazz were playing the Bulls, and it was the Dream Team. It was Karl Malone, John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. I mean, it was the big, and they came to Salt Lake. They were playing the Jazz, and I was at the playoff game. My friend's dad got tickets where Stockton shoots like at the buzzer and misses, and like they lost the game, and everybody fell to their knees, and it was a big deal. It's like that was in 1996. That's the last time I really got into.
If you were at that playoff game, then you definitely saw Johnny Carson at some point in your life.
I was like 13. I wasn't like there as an adult with a pipe and slippers. I was.
Speaking of old stuff like that too, as a side note, this week my family was visiting Mr. B's family, and we decided to watch old episodes of Price is Right. And man, that Bob Barker, man, that guy was a dog. That guy was straight up hitting on all the female contestants in that show in the 1970s. It was great. You can go and watch old episodes of Price is Right, like 1972 to 1986. Like that's the sweet spot.
That's when you could. That was the good old days.
Those are the good old days. He was like basically, I mean, I didn't actually see him physically, but he was basically just slapping the girls on the butt when they come up on stage. And every single one of them kissed him on the cheek. It's like, you know.
Yeah, there was one girl, you know, they get called from the audience and they have to guess that one thing to get up onto the show. And she had a really short skirt on and she kept getting the number wrong. And he was saying out loud,
he wanted her to win so bad.
You to win so you can stand up here and everyone can look at your skirt and your underwear. He basically was saying that.
No, and he actually called her up on stage even though she didn't win. He's like, why don't you come up here anyway? And so he had to like twirl around in her skirt. I'm like,
there were some good things to come out of the Me Too movement, I'm going to say. There were definitely, and before that, the Anita Hill stuff, I mean, we may have needed that.
I just had no idea Bob Barker had that in him. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with Richard Dawson on Family Feud. He was just more obvious because he would just kiss. He would just full on kiss every
like
female contestant. It was the wildest thing.
I gotta look that up.
We watched Whose Line Is It Anyway a while ago. I put it on for my kids, and they had a female like guest star comedian who I didn't know. They were also kind of gropey with her. The cast of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I guess they have them like, hey, you know the show, you know what we do, but because it's a lot of improv, you know, and but some of it was very suggestive. And I thought if I were on there, I'd feel a little uncomfortable right now with the guys making very like overt innuendo jokes physically at, you know, and she just, I mean, it's comedy, it's a little different, but yeah, some of those do not age well when you watch them now and think, well, okay, some of this stuff was good. I think some of the modern sexual harassment stuff we may have needed just a little reorienting. But they're funny to watch.
They are funny to watch. Next little segment is our weekly rundown of Babylon Bee Forum headlines.
Oh yes,
we'll have Travis do a little bit of reading. I'm gonna share the screen, and I'm gonna have to decide what. You know what? I got to change out my my reactions. I can choose new ones, but this week I'll just go with the ones I've got. Sure. And we're trying to figure out what reaction to give to each of these. So let me share the screen here. Babylon Bee.
You have to press the button.
I know. I have to press one more button. Here it is. Thank you, Travis. All right, you want to go? These are the featured headlines. Some of these, actually, a lot of these got published this week. So the featured and the published kind of like overlap a lot.
Okay,
but go ahead and read away.
So from the Webiator, sweatshop employees happily make "Pay Us What You Owe Us" T-shirts for underpaid professional athletes.
That's good. We did slaves, I think, right?
Yeah, we did a variant. So it was basically the Uyghur slaves in China.
Mm-hmm. That one I'm going to give I need a sweatshop emoji. I'm going to give blueberries to that one because that's how much money the sweatshop employees make is to buy 2 blueberries. I'm not choosing to pay him that little. I don't.
Sure.
All right.
From Babylon Josh, sad day ruined by good weather. Simple classic.
I feel that. You need a good rainstorm sometimes.
That's a good crab reaction.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Crabby.
All right, next one.
From Westland 619, Jimmy Kimmel promises to remain unfunny in solidarity with Stephen Colbert.
Oh, man. I think I've seen probably 10 minutes total of Jimmy Kimmel ever in my life. Maybe not even that.
That's a really good one, actually.
5 minutes.
That's gonna get the football because just like these comedians aren't funny. Football is not a sport. It's the same thing.
Talking about soccer?
Football.
User Abraham Lincoln reports Chip and Joanna announce new show where they fix up the Bible.
Oh, very nice.
Gift card.
Fixer upper.
Gift
It's
card
demo
for the Fixer
day.
Upper.
Move that Bible. Is that? Oh, they're not move that bus people. That's Scott Pendleton.
What?
The guy that moved the bus. It's
I don't know the move the bus guy.
You guys want to talk about? He does the home run.
This chick definitely watched Johnny Carson. I'm telling you.
I'm with you, Robin. I know what you're talking about.
Scott Pendleton. Everybody else knows. If you know who Scott Pendleton is, put him in the comments. James Pendleton, whatever his name is.
All right, we moved on to the published one. So we already did the sweatshop employee one did get published. Let's move on to the next one.
From LPA The Human, England's bat population explodes. And there's a picture of Ozzy Osbourne.
What was our actual
Ozzy
Osbourne?
bat.
England's overrun with millions of bats.
If you don't know that Ozzy Osbourne ate bats, Ozzy Osbourne ate bats.
I need a bat
stage.
reaction.
Which I heard was apparently an accident.
This one down, good one down. The Jedi one, he looks like Batman a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like a
The
bat.
Jedi symbol?
It's from back here.
Wings.
Looks like Batman stretching, like he's doing a yoga move.
Yeah.
That's the spaghetti monster is the closest thing to a bat, except the crab. But I already used the crab. All right, next one. Sad Day Ruined by Good Weather again. Oh,
because it got published and featured.
Yeah. So next one.
We got a couple of these that are repeats. All right, do this one.
Yeah. So from Captain Adam, Obama wins Nobel Prose for, I think that's just a typo. Obama wins Nobel Prize for creating Russian collusion hoax.
He would.
Maybe it's supposed to be prose, though, and we got it all wrong.
I mean, the Nobel Peace guys. They're just going to.
I'm going to do Jedi because it reminds me of the Galactic Senate.
There we go.
That's something that Palpatine would have done. He was all into trade federations and stuff like that, doing blockades.
Except he would award every Nobel Prize to himself.
Like that Obama meme.
Like the Obama meme. Yes.
It's all coming together. All right, one more.
Toe jam football. Gross. Legal experts, Obama may have not committed treason because he might not be a citizen.
I like that.
How did we reword that one? Let's see. Obama argues he can't be charged with treason since he wasn't born in America.
That's great.
All right, now I'm feeling lucky.
These are
Robin,
always...
you can read this one. I'm going to close my eyes because I don't know how bad it's going to be.
Okay, usually like inside joke forum stuff, but I'm here for it.
Because I figure the published and the trending and featured ones, it's like they've already gotten their recognition, right? So we need to give some other people some recognition, right? So I'm feeling lucky.
Okay. From Mallory, every neck tattoo should read, "I'm not getting a job, am I?" Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's actually pretty.
Yeah, I like that. Or I'm going to work at a gas station for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that was
got a
pretty good one.
I like that. All right, let's try one more. One more.
I'm feeling lucky.
Right.
That was like
big
a
money,
9 out of 10.
money.
I'm feeling lucky right there.
That was pretty good. It wasn't like from Todd's B. Early indicators are that Barack Obama may use the "my white privilege half is to blame" defense.
Too wordy.
That is very wordy.
I get the gist of it.
I'm going to give him a magnet. Since
magnet.
A magnet. Ooh, a maggot.
A magnet.
All right. That was a good little group of headlines this week. I think that's the highest number of published headlines I've seen in a while from
possibly, yeah.
Because we could have gone down the list. I think there were like 6 or 7 more, which is pretty great, which is why you should join the Babylon Bee forum and pitch your own headline ideas. You never run out of ideas. There's always crazy stuff happening. There's always Big Mike controversies and Brigitte Macron controversies and the pianist for Chuck Berry's pianist controversies.
Excuse me? I'm looking up Scott Pendleton right now. I was trying to remember the show he was on, but now
Scott Hamilton?
Scott Pendleton. He had Extreme Home Makeover and they said, move the bus.
Remember Scott Hamilton?
Ty Pennington. His name is Ty Pennington, not Scott Pendleton. He did Extreme Home Makeover.
I remember George Hamilton.
No.
Scott Hamilton's the little 5'4" figure skater, right? Isn't that who Scott Hamilton is?
I don't know.
No, this Extreme Home Makeover Home Edition is a television show where a deserving family's home is completely rebuilt in a matter of days, often with the help of the show's host, Ty Pennington. And I think it's the one where they had the giant semi and they'd say, move that bus, and it would move, and then their house would get revealed. Because they somehow in the show, you couldn't see your house behind the truck.
This sounds like a fever dream that you had.
This is not. Everybody know. Defend my honor in the comments. Move the bus is a cultural. It's a trope. Everybody says we say it in my family. If someone's standing in the way of the TV, move that bus. Everybody knows.
With you, Robin. I know what you're talking about.
Scott Hamilton, obviously.
That is not Scott Hamilton. That's who I was. Yeah. Scott Hamilton is a national treasure.
National.
How could he drive the bus with the ice skates on?
I do feel like Scott Hamilton is one of those other guys that like everybody likes on both sides. He hasn't offended either side. He's found a way to be really short but not offend anybody. He's gotten underneath the controversy.
Yeah, Extreme Makeover, move that bus.
How tall is Scott Hamilton? Let me see.
He's like 5'2". He's very short.
I've seen him. My brother's so mad. He's 5'3". That's my wife's height. Seth is so mad. My brother Seth is mad because when you look up Seth Dillon height on Google, it says 5'7". And he's like 6'2". And he's been trying so hard.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's like been an ongoing thing. It's like every now and then he's like, oh,
he should file a defamation suit.
It's been a rough day. I'm like, what?
That's terrible. I would be mad.
I've been on the phone with Google again, trying to prove that I'm not 5'7".
Yeah, how do you change that? It's not like Wikipedia where someone, it's like open source.
He's like tried to use some of our connections and things like that to like try to get somebody at Google who can update his height.
If they had my wrong weight, I would be livid. If it was more, if it was less, I'd be thrilled.
They don't report weights, do they? I don't think they report weights.
I don't know. If it was like she weighs 120 pounds, I'd be like, that's exactly right.
I'm gonna look up Robin Garfield weight and see what the first response is on here.
I lost my driver's license today, so
hey, your photo comes up when you search for it.
That's terrifying. I hate that. I need to do everything under a pseudonym.
It doesn't
say
anything
Game
about
of Thrones outfit. Is that the picture that came up?
No, but there's two nice headshots. It's your LinkedIn one and it's your X one.
Yep. That's nice. My LinkedIn one is I worked at the government for a brief period of time and I stole the headshot they did of me. Anyway, we should do questions now because my blood sugar just dropped. And with the lack of food and the amount of caffeine in my system, it's only going to get more fun from here on out. So,
all right. Yeah. Let's do a round of questions.
Mr. B.
Okay. We're going to do a little bit of trivia and everyone has to answer as quick as they can. And we see. Okay. What is Robin's weight? No, don't answer that. No, don't answer that.
Hey! Or what does it say on my driver's license? Those are two different numbers.
Does it say organ donor?
It does.
Mormon donor.
Okay, ready? Here we go for the first official trivia question. What heavy metal band did Ozzy Osbourne first become famous with?
And it's not Black
Sabbath?
Black Sabbath?
There she goes. Robin got it. There we go.
What?
Black Sabbath.
We were all competing?
Yeah.
She didn't buzz in. Buzz. Black Sabbath.
Or you have to say it in the form of a question. What is Black Sabbath?
That's right. Okay, here's the next one. What Rocky movie did Hulk Hogan appear in?
What is Rocky 3?
Yes.
Who is Rocky 3?
Oh, dang it.
Who is Rocky 3? And for bonus points, what year was Rocky 3 released?
1984.
Wrong.
No,
it was newer than that, right? 80.
I don't know Rocky.
89.
1982.
Oh, it was older than that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isn't that the year Return of the Jedi came out?
Man, they knocked those things out quick, huh?
They did back then, right? You don't wait
I've only ever seen Rocky 1.
Years for
the only one that was out, actually, I should have known that because I think the only one that came out while I was alive was the Tommy Morrison one. Rocky 5, I think. I think it was Rocky 5. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, Rocky 4.
Not the one everyone hates.
I want to see Rocky come back to fight Scott Hamilton.
Or Ty Pennington.
I don't know who that is still. I'm still not paying attention. I'm ignoring Robin's commentary
on
that.
Home makeover guy. He was a big
She's going to bring it up every week. I like it. Okay, we all know that Malcolm Jamal Warner was in The Cosby Show.
Bill Cosby.
What year did The Cosby Show come out?
1982.
79.
No.
Dan, you were right.
1 year, Bob.
Your first guess for Rocky 3.
84.
Bingo. 1984.
I said 82.
What is 1984? Who is 1984? Not George Orwell.
We grew up watching The Cosby Show, and I loved that show. I thought it was so great.
I liked it too.
Yeah, we would watch that and Family Ties and Cheers, which are like the shows that I remember my family watching together.
Yeah, they're good, wholesome shows that teach you a lesson as well.
Yeah, always a little music playing at the end, and a reconciliation.
Cheers is probably less wholesome, but
yeah. Cheers was probably not. It was what my older siblings were watching, and
great theme song though.
I like the trivia. The trivia is fun.
It was good. I haven't got any right.
I was going to ask Travis a question that we've asked before on the podcast, but he wasn't around then, just to find out. But I'm going to form it into a trivia question for Dan and Robin.
Wait.
So we are all answering.
I'm like Bob Barker. You don't understand exactly what his direction, but you're going to answer anyway.
And Travis is going to go up on stage so we can see his skirt.
Yeah. Travis, I hope you get this right so you can stand up to answer the question and we can see your skirt.
Stand up and twirl, Travis. You're in 1080p this week.
Okay, Dan and Robin. Okay. What is Travis's favorite band?
Did we already ask Travis this?
No.
Let me think
He
about
just
said
this.
he never
We're
did.
guessing.
Okay.
I know the answer to this question.
You teacher's pet. I'm going to
Primus.
guess Primus. I was going to say, I'm blanking here. I only know the bands I like. Dave Matthews Band.
Travis?
Travis looks like he's going to cry.
Travis is not a Dave Matthews Band guy. Queensryche.
Private? Incubus.
Okay, Travis. The answer is
Squirrel Nut Zipper.
The Beatles.
okay.
Very simple.
Nice.
Straightforward. Classic.
I was going in the right
Coldplay.
direction.
No, not Coldplay.
Travis was in a different, it wasn't a very different time zone for the Coldplay thing. I don't know how it hit over there in Hawaii, but over here it was.
It didn't hit at all. I just saw all the pitches coming in. I was like, what is going on? I had no idea what was happening.
It was with the internet got
People
it.
haven't talked about Coldplay that much
one.
since 40-Year-Old Virgin.
The what about 40-Year-Old Virgin?
They haven't talked about Coldplay that much since 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
I mean, they were the butt of the joke back then when that movie came out.
I don't hate Coldplay. They have some good songs.
I don't hate Coldplay either.
Clocks is great.
The first
Yellow
3
is
albums
great.
were actually very good albums, and then their 4th album was like, and then their 5th album had Rihanna on it, and that's when I was like, okay. And then they kind of went off the deep end. So I know a little bit about them, but I would not go to a Coldplay concert. I can tell you that much.
No, I wouldn't go to unless someone got me free tickets, and then I'll go.
In 2001, I'd go. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't have the technology.
So here, I'm gonna ask the last question. I'm taking over because I want to know Mr. B, and everybody has to just answer. And we've talked about this briefly, but I want to hear everybody's favorite 30 seconds or less answer. Best concert you've ever been to and why? Travis, you start.
I went to a Flogging Molly concert.
Oh, Flogging Molly's great.
That was probably my
Those are
favorite because I
fun.
went with my wife, and it was a lot of concerts. There's no seating; it's standing room only. And this one was at an Indian reservation, and there was seating. And then I felt like, yeah, good. I could just stay in my spot. So I liked that.
It's less socially awkward than trying to figure out what to do with your hands during a concert.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
All
right, that's very good. Mr. B, we're going to go counterclockwise.
Well, I watched a documentary on the Eagles with my wife, and we said we better go see them before we can't. So we ended up seeing them in Miami, and it was such an amazing concert. This is probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago now or so. And it was so good. We said maybe we need to see them one more time. So my wife is from Buffalo, and we saw they were playing in Buffalo, and I had never been. So we went and saw them in Buffalo and paid a little bit more money. Maybe we got 3rd or 4th row tickets. And both of those concerts were, I had chills. They were it was unbelievable. It was
I've
like,
heard
the
they're
soundtrack of my
phenomenal.
life. And then I think 3 weeks later, Glenn Fry died. And so it was like, we did the right thing, but it was very sad. But man,
That was
what
a very
an
long
amazing
answer.
concert.
Yeah.
She said 30 seconds. I was 32.
Travis looked at his watch halfway through. Wait. But an Eagles story is always worth a little extra. All right, Dan.
It's tough. I've been to a lot of really good ones. But my wife and I really like Damien Rice, and we went to a Damien Rice show, and he doesn't play in the United States except maybe a couple times a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And it was way better than I thought it was. He played like 15 different instruments that like really cool stuff that you wouldn't expect. You just think he just strums an acoustic guitar, but it was really good. I saw Weezer open for Foo Fighters back in like 2001
Weezer
or 2.
open for Foo Fighters? I would switch that. I would think Weezer would be the bigger band.
Oh no, Foo Fighters is way bigger than Weezer, but that was like right after Green Album and All My Life came out, and so that was like that era of, and Foo Fighters back then were just like so tight, it was unbelievable. It blew me away. But then I also went to a Jimmy Eat World and Manchester Orchestra concert, and Manchester Orchestra is actually my favorite band now. And I got to meet Jim Adkins, which was pretty cool. And you can throw up the picture, Mr. B, that you took.
I snapped it. We were backstage, and he was walking up, and I snapped it.
And I met Jim Adkins at a Jimmy Eat World concert, which was pretty cool.
And he sings for Jimmy Eat World.
He is Jim, yeah. He's Jimmy. And that was pretty cool because Jimmy Eat World at the time also, I was one of those kids who loved Jimmy Eat World and Weezer, and those were the bands that were really big when I was growing up. So to meet him, and I write a lot of music myself, and I think a lot of my musical stuff derived from that early emo type stuff, Jimmy Eat World, and I don't know. It was cool. So those are 3 concerts.
Those are all great concerts. Those are all great bands for sure.
Great experiences. What's your worst concert you went to, Robin? I don't want to
I will tell you who it was. It was Conor Oberst. If you know who he is, he's Bright Eyes lead singer. He did that thing where he was like trying to build his solo career, and so he only sang songs that nobody had heard of. And he's a great. If you know Bright Eyes,
they didn't do Best Day of My Life. He refused to play it.
He didn't do any, and that was like the soundtrack of my husband and I's like dating and courtship, and we were so excited to go hear him. And it wasn't a Bright Eyes show; it was Conor Oberst, but he had like. He was the lead singer, so we were hoping that he would, but it was not a great concert. And I saw Iron and Wine, and it wasn't their fault, but there were some drunk people in the audience, and they were heckling them the whole time. And I have intense social anxiety and that kind of stuff, and so it was so awkward. Like people were yelling stuff out, and
it's like if you went to a Beatles concert and they didn't play Maybe I'm Amazed, right? It's the same thing.
Yes.
They're just playing these other songs. It's like they didn't even play a single.
All these songs that John's singing, and I'm like, I just want the Paul McCartney song.
I just want that.
Too much didgeridoo.
Anyway, on that musical note, let's call it quits for the week, and we'll see you guys next Friday on Beyond Parody.